Hello and welcome to my new video. I hope you're all doing well. The weather is gray, it's cold, it's rainy, and I don't know what. And I feel like I need something that reminds me on springtime. So I took the water drop technique and took it to another level, and I hope you all like it. So let's have some fun. First of all, I took some resin and I stirred in some mica powder, and as you can see, it's a yellow color here. And I'm filling up my rim of that little tray mold. And because in this mold, the bubbles will be sticking to the edges right there, I'm taking my little brush and dislocate them. As you can see here, I took another tray mold and I did the same in orange color. So what I'm doing here is with the water drop technique, I'm dropping in some droplets, and the resin here is colored with transparent colorant, and so it's not going to be opaque. I did the same thing with this mold here, but I just changed the shape a little bit, and to me it looks like jelly beans, don't they? So this is what it looks like now, and because I have time on my hand, I didn't use UV resin, I used ordinary epoxy resin for this. So the resin has hardened now, and I have from my cups here, when I'm stirring my colorant into the resin, I have 1 million pieces in every color you can imagine of those rings, and I want to incorporate those rings in the second layer of those trays. And here I'm trying out which colors that I'm wanting to use. So these are the rings that I decided on to use, and they have the same color scheme because I didn't really want them to be the same color as on the first layer in those trays, and that's why I stuck to the greens, the blues, and the purples. So, and because my next layer is going to be transparent as well, I'm taking a little bit of painter's tape and dabbing around in my molds just to get rid of any debris that might have fallen in there while the resin was curing. So now I put a thin layer of epoxy on top of those dots, and just enough to cover them, really, because I wanted to make another 2 layers on top. So I take my lighter and pop all the bubbles that might have come up because it was standing there a little while. And now I'm just placing in my rings on the surface. So this is what it looks like now, and now we have to let it cure again. For the next layer, I wanted to do something special, so I want to put some glitter into those molds, but I want the glitter to stay inside of those circles, not on the outside everywhere, spreading across the whole plane. So I'm just putting some glitter into those rounds. Now I'm pouring a little bit of resin into those rings, and yeah, it's not enough to make the rings overflow, and the glitter will be escaping on the outside. So now I'm spreading with my little stick here the glitter a little bit around into those circles, and as you might know is that the glitter will sink to the bottom because it's a heavier material. So this is what I'm trying to use to my advantage, because I let it sit a little while so the glitter will sink before I pour on the rest of the resin onto the tray. It is about 15 minutes later, and now I'm taking my little stick and getting rid of the little bits and pieces of the glitter that might have fallen outside of the rings. And now I'm carefully pouring some resin into the in-betweens, not on top of the glitter, so it won't have a chance to float outside. With this layer, it was not enough for my taste, so I figured I'd take some cellophane wrap. This is like a little bit on the iridescent side, and I will put it onto my uncured resin. It's just poured, and I'm putting it on there. And what you got to be aware of is that if you trap any air bubbles underneath the cellophane paper, you will see that from the front, because the first two layers are really transparent. There is no color in the resin. So you will see every bubble that you trap underneath the cellophane paper. So you see how slowly I'm putting this into there, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it will work and there will be no air bubbles trapped underneath my cellophane. I will speed up the footage now because I don't want you to watch for 20 minutes, but I still want you to see how much work this is, and how much how many times I have to lift the cellophane back up to get rid of the bubbles that were underneath, that I just seen right then and there. So this is what it looks like, and hopefully there is no air trapped underneath, but we'll be seeing that on demold. I had some leftover resin from another project, and I was like, yeah, I can put this on the back of my trays and fill them up with it. But as you can see, it was not enough resin to fill them up all the way. So I had to let them cure and make another layer of resin on top of that then. time to demold, and I'm really curious how they look, because it took me quite a while to make them little trays. So this is what the first one looked like, and it's really shiny and really sparkly, and it's really disappointing because there I seen that I have a huge bubble in there. But it is what it is. We can't change that anymore. So I just, yeah, take it as it is. And this is the second one, and I'm really satisfied with it. It has some bubbles, but not as huge as the other one, and it's really sparkly and really shiny, and it's lots of color in this gray tan. If you like my video, please leave me a thumbs up, comment on my channel, subscribe to it. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps me a great deal, because I'm just a little YouTube channel, and it brings me forward if you interact with my channel and my postings. So I hope I'll be seeing you in my next video again, and until then, bye bye and thank you.